All right, Sagittarius, this is your April 2020 energy reading. Um, so, for this month, I really do want you to focus on fulfilling your own needs. I think in the recent months that we had before leading up to the coronavirus issue, you were sort of busy doing everything for everyone else, filling everyone else's cup while yours were going empty, and you were just generally unhappy. Okay. Um, it sort of led to you feeling a loss of control in areas where you were um, unsure of yourself or a relationship or a connection. You sort of walked away and you went into hermit mode. And you never really came out of it. You know, you've been staying to yourself, trying to figure out what you need to do to make yourself happy. But something is still missing. You know, you still feel this void within the inside of you. You haven't really been opening yourself up to the possibility of love and having people come into your life. Before the virus happened, it was all work, work, work. You know, travel, do whatever you had to do to keep your mind busy. You didn't really think about matters of the heart. But then when the quarantine came, for a lot of us, it just changed the game because we then had to redirect our energy and our focus. You know, we then had to focus on really looking within, doing some shadow work, healing those issues that we've been putting off for a long time. And now that you're silent and you have to figure out what it is that you want, and you have to look at some mistakes that you made in the past, some regrets you have, especially with walking away from certain people in some relationships. You know, it's sort of gotten you into this funk. So when I pulled the theme cards for you guys, the Two of Cups in reverse came out, along with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And what you need to stop doing is blocking yourself from allowing happiness to flow in your life, whether that be with another person, whether that means you break loose from a job that is no longer satisfying you or meeting your needs. If that means, you know, you need to switch up your environment, whatever you need to do to bring that peace and happiness back into your life, you absolutely need to do it, hon, because you deserve to be happy. With Sagittarius, because you have those leadership qualities, the thing about you guys is that you're very, very passionate, especially when it comes to family and relationships. You don't let go easily, but you also aren't really sure when to let go when things are no longer working in your highest good. That includes work as well. And I think some of you have been stuck in employment situations where you haven't been happy for a while. You've been taken for granted by your employer. You haven't really seen the benefits that you thought you deserve. And what this self isolation is doing is challenging us. You know, it's making us step back and say, hey, I'm not happy. How can I be happy? Now that I'm given a chance to really sit back and think and have some peace and quiet, what direction should I take my life into? So don't take, you know, the self-isolation part when it comes to thinking about what you want out of life and what you need to do to redirect your life. Don't take it lightly, because you absolutely have what it takes to turn your life around and to really, you know, be successful. You know, whatever it is that you've been dreaming about, whatever your vision for your life is, you absolutely have what it takes to see it come to fruition. As far as the love aspect for you guys in April 2020, this part really is for those of you who are in separation with someone, or you recently went through a breakup. The person that you went through the breakup with, you literally saw them as your all, right? You saw them as a wish being fulfilled. They were what you were hoping for. That's what I see with the star card that came out for the love aspect of this reading. Now, with the Tower card, it pretty much shows us that when the breakup happened, it was something that you really weren't expecting. You know, you might have thought that the two of you would take a break, but you never really thought that it would end up in the two of you going your separate ways. With the hangman that's next to that, you're not really sure what to do next. You miss this person. This person is definitely on your mind and in your heart. You even dream about this person, but you're not exactly sure what to do with what it is that you feel. You like to be in control of situations. And unfortunately, we can't always control our emotions. We can't always control what happens in our relationships because we cannot control another person, right? So here's my suggestion to you for those of you who are currently going through this. Obviously, if the person was toxic, as much as it would hurt, you would have to let them go. I would never encourage anyone to chase behind someone who did not treat them right or who doesn't value them. But in this instance, what it seems like to me, based upon the cards that came out, is that this person was a soul connection to you. You know, you felt deeply in love with this person. There was a strong bond, a strong connection between the two of you when you were with this person. And if that's the case, you have to ask yourself whether or not it's worth putting your ego before your happiness. Because some of you are really just literally not reaching out because your ego is in the way. It's not that you don't care. It's not that you no longer love them anymore. Your ego is forcing you to not really take charge of the situation, right? So if you have an ability to reach out to the person and say, look, this is how I feel, why not do it? If it's something that's happened recently and you're not exactly sure how to approach the situation, you can always do work in the 5D. And in doing work in the 5D, the spiritual realm, it'll then translate into the 3D, the realm that we currently in, the physical realm. So there's always ways to sort of work around that. So you both can gain wisdom and knowledge, and you both can sort of let your guards down and not allow ego to sort of lead you and guide you in what it is you choose to do, right? So if that's something that you're interested in learning about, my email address is at the bottom. Send an email to me and I can go over some things that you can do to help you facilitate that process. If you want to open up your third eye, you know, if you want to get messages and signs and synchronicities, just shoot me an email and then I'll send you some tips on how you can do that. But it's really, really important in the month of April that you allow yourself to just be. That you begin to think about what it is that you really want out of life. That you begin to go after the things that makes you happy and don't settle. That may mean you have to put your ego aside for a bit. That may mean you have to plan because you have to redirect, you know, the path that you were on, and that's okay. Some of us have to end up starting over. But this is a time for you to go after what it is you truly love doing. You know, this is really a time for you to be happy. So don't waste it thinking about what someone else wants you to do. The month of April, just really take that moment, take that space to figure out your plan of action for the rest of 2020. And then you make it happen, okay? So this was a general reading for Sagittarius. If you would like a personalized one, the information for that reading to get your own will be in the description. So thank you again for tuning in, Sagittarius. I hope you guys have a blessed April. Many peace and blessings to you. Thank you again. Take care.